Hello, you beautiful and divine beings. Thank you so much for coming back for this spinal, we'll call it a calibration, with the energy of eucalyptus. The eucalyptus tree, eucalipto in español. And the reason I feel called to speak the name of the tree spirit in Spanish is actually because Peru in South America has just been like like swarming my field in the best way possible for this activation all morning long. All of these different pieces have been coming together, and I cannot wait to share with you the activation. I don't even know what's going to happen. Calibration, I'm not really sure. I just know that it has to be in sacred trust and in sacred flow. Yes. So this is going to be a two-part transmission. The first part is going to be a little bit about sharing the energies and a little bit more from the mind, just so you can understand the progression of how any of these energetic upgrades, like how they unfold over, let's say, periods of time, sometimes over years, sometimes over months, sometimes it's even decades before it finally clicks into place. And before you can really be, just embodying, vibrating and beaming out that energy from a truly authentic, calibrated space. So I invite you now to just make sure you have some beautiful spring water if it's possible, or something really nourishing for you. I do not recommend cacao for this particular transmission because we want to be as grounded as possible. And although cacao has many different tones to her, and she may be grounding you in, some instances, the energies are very, very strong right now. Everything is amplified and portals are open. We are in the eclipse portal. The eclipse was yesterday, the lunar eclipse, which opened up this 2-week cycle. And we're going to have the solar eclipse that kind of closes the energy, and it's the balance of feminine energy, yin energy, with the lunar eclipse in Virgo that we just experienced yesterday. We're still really reverberating in that energy. It's very, very important for you to connect to your body. It's very important that you feel safe and held by the earth. That's why even all of these earthy tones, like I'm wearing brown pants, the brown sweater, the brown hat, which is also very earthy because it's made of alpaca and leather, both brown as you can see. So I'm like one big tree energy today myself, and I might have to just take a photo of like the whole thing and post it on Instagram so you can really see, like, I am the tree today. And that means you are the tree today as well. So we're going to really root. We're going to really, really root in this time, in this 2-week cycle. It is very, very, very important that you believe and that you accept your carnal life, meaning the fact that we are bone, the fact that we are flesh, the fact that we are this amazing physical body. We are physical beings. That is such a gift that so many others are in line for experiencing on earth. Like there's a queue, and you are here, you are living it. So why not be, let's actually take a moment of gratitude just to feel that, just to touch ourselves, touch our bodies somewhere, right? Maybe the shoulders, and that way you kind of like connect to the heart space as well. It might be that you just want to hold your heart with your hands. And let's just breathe a couple of natural breaths, however they come. Let's breathe in gratitude. And I'm going to actually say thank you in Spanish for us. Gracias, gracias, gracias. Thank you for my body. Thank you for my magnificent skin, my bones, my organs, my capillaries, my cells, my just fluids, my blood, of course. The blood is also so much a part of the earth. And the fact that our blood comes out red is important to just take note of right now as you're breathing and holding yourself in this moment, in this space. This is a self-soothing, activation as well. It's very much about if you've ever felt like there were moments in your life when it was difficult to deal with something and that you didn't have somebody there, like a parent, a friend, a beloved, to hold space for you. You had to hold the space for yourself, and sometimes in the past it was downright traumatic or challenging in every way to hold yourself. But this is an activation of going forward. There is nothing that you cannot hold yourself through, get yourself through, pass over the rainbow bridge through to the completion of that experience, the integration of that experience, the expansion that those moments bring to our lives. So breathe gratitude into the fact that you are going to be able to soothe yourself and also support yourself like the trees support us. Because remember, I said you are the tree. I am the tree today. So know that there is a support system in the tree that makes it stand tall, that allows for magnificent symmetry in the root systems that go down into the earth and underneath this realm, into the inner realms of earth. A vast root system that oftentimes we don't even have a clue how many lines, curving forms and connections and these networks, how long they are, how wide they are to hold up certain trees. A 20-foot tree, a 30-foot tree, a 100-foot tree. Do they all have the same root system? No, they have different systems. Their roots go to different depths, depending on what the tree needs, depending on how this tree is going to move through its incarnation as well. And what I want to share with you right now, what's coming up already through the eucalyptus energy, because the eucalyptus is here. It's very, very, very important that you realize that eucalyptus would like you to know that as a star seed, as a divine being on the dragon path, your root system is vaster, deeper, and wider, more intricate, more sacred, more holy than you could ever have imagined up until this point. You have never been alone. You have never, and you will never, ever feel like you are alone again. Because the next time your mind tries to trick you into believing you are alone, you will activate the remembrance of this eucalypto transmission. And you will remember, my spine supports me, my dragon supports me, all of the trees of this planet support me. And I self-soothe myself. I can get through anything because I am dragon. So just breathe into that. Gracias, gracias. It's very powerful to acknowledge this, to speak them out loud, these words to you. It's an honor because I hear them and I feel them in my own system, in my own bodies as well, and especially in the physical body. Let it penetrate into the physical form. Let your skin, let your fingers, let your neck, your chest feel these frequencies. You are home. You are home. Say it with me. I am home. Believe it when you say it. I am home. Vibrate it in your voice. I am home. I am home in this body. I am home in the system, in the support system of the trees, of the dragons incarnated on earth. The star seeds are my family. The dragons are my family, are my home. And I am so lovingly held by the dragon mama, Gaia Pachamama herself. And through the tree of life that grows through her and upholds us and this entire reality. I just want to let you know it was 1333 when I said that. So there is the 333, the frequency of all of these spinal activations this month. We are aligned. This is your alignment. This is the moment you've been waiting for and praying for your dragon spine to come online. It is an honor to be in your presence. It is an honor to be serving the Mother Gaia Pachamama and all of her trees at this time. And we are a family. Ooh, we are a vast, vast family spread out throughout the grid of this planet, breathing life, breathing new life as the trees do to what is possible in this realm. And so I ask you to just take another moment and celebrate yourself. Recognize that your frequency, that your love frequency, that your heart at its purest state, that you imbibe this planet with more of more of the future, more of what it needs, more of what's been missing. And that's why you fit so perfectly here. That's why you are at home here. We're actually rewriting the stories right now in this moment with our breath. Keep breathing in and out. Keep using your breath. Filling your belly. And exhaling back. Keep the rhythm that is true for you. That is why we are breathing life through these eclipses, beyond this time even, in every direction of time and space. And we are rewriting the stories. We are rewriting the traumas. We are rewriting any of the glitches. The intrusions is a better word. The intrusions into our systems, into our nervous system, which is really, it's so divine that we mirror the trees. We look like trees in our nervous system, inside of us. And our nervous system is often on overhaul, on survival mode, activated beyond its capacity even, like a, not an override, what's the word, it's like when a system is going to crash because there's too many things happening, too many windows open on your computer and every system is at full throttle and it's just like, nah, I want to shut down and sleep. It's kind of the vibe that your nervous system and my nervous system and the trees are telling us. It's like Gaia's quite tired of being maxed out, you know, overrun. Like electrocuted, but not the type of natural electricity that we create. It's the unnatural, it's the inorganic electric energy that fries us, fries our nervous system, and doesn't allow us to vibrate in the states of grace, patience, gratitude, presence, abundance, alliance. Ooh, that's a word. That's an interesting word. Alliance and alignment. So these are all of the frequencies that we are reclaiming into our nervous system. Our nervous system is getting a complete reboot. Reboot. That's fun to say. Reboot. Reboot. Reboot through the root system. Meaning, spread your roots wider. Not thinner, wider. Into the earth, into the grounded frequencies. Not trying to escape everything that is here. Not trying to escape everything that you are. And I understand. I've been living, mirroring. I am a mirror for you. That big energy, big dragon energy is challenging to understand at times, challenging to live in. When it feels like this world wasn't safe for us, wasn't ready for us. Those are the old stories. It is safe for us. It is ready for us more than ever before. The call of the dragons from the trees, from the animals, from the minerals, from God, Ma and Ta, mother and father, from the divine child, Sa or Sa-Ra. The call is so strong. The moment is now. This is our time. Breathe into that and say it out loud with me. This is our time. This is our time. This is our time. And I'm going to play some dragon music here so that you can really feel what I'm feeling, what I'm imagining. Because creativity is a gift. It is a blessing. Our imagination creates realities, creates realms, like entire planets and solar systems and nebulas, and it is what creates universes. It's what creates multiverses. So just keep breathing. Feel the music, feel the dragons. This time they're rising from the earth. We're actually gathering, like that alliance, that word that really lit me up when it came through. The alliance of dragons, the alliance of tree and earth dragons specifically is what wants to be shared today. There is an alliance of tree and earth dragons, and that means that those of us that are human are really kind of joining forces with the dragon spirits and allies in the earth and the trees. And that means that where we may have thought like, okay, so my group is small or intimate, or I've been doing this alone and I don't have, a force really yet besides just the force that's in me that wants to come through and assist this planetary divinely aligned moment in time. The planetary shifts, the planetary upgrades, the ascension timelines, and what I'm being shown, what I'm feeling is that if you look around in the next weeks, in the next months, throughout the year of 2024 and beyond, at every single tree as if it was a dragon. I can count maybe 50 on my block right now, where I am grounded. And this isn't even a place that has that many trees. So then I take my awareness and I take your awareness to a forest that has thousands of trees. Thousands upon thousands of trees. Meaning thousands upon thousands of dragons that are your allies and my allies at this time. And all of a sudden, we're not just a force. We're not just a force. We are divinity in itself. We are co-creators with God. We are co-creators with the mother, this planet. And we must be reckoned with. We must be felt. We must be seen. And then you take your awareness to somewhere like the Amazon, which are some of not only the biggest, tallest trees and forests, but also the most dense spaces on the planet, full of life, full of trees, full of oxygen. And imagine the dragons in these spaces. So it's an entire realm. It's like a dimension. The Amazon, the forests, the tree systems is like a dimension of dragons in itself. And what Peru and what the Amazon rainforest and what the eucalyptus spirit dragon would like to share with you now is just a moment of silence as you calibrate with your own breath. So you'll hear my voice in about a minute. Feel the dimension that we are. Feel the dragon dimension and the rise of the dragons through your spine. Take a few more breaths here in lucidity, watching the air fill your belly. And feeling your spine elongate in this dragon alliance, an alliance of love and destiny. And breathe out gratitude. For remembering your role in all of this. This is a remembrance. This is a remembrance. This is a remembrance. You are home. Your family is here. Vibrate, vibrate, vibrate this truth into your reality. And come back to this as many times as you need the reminder, but it is with you now. I will see you in a few minutes. Take some time to yourself, and I will see you in a few minutes for the second part of this transmission. hope you have all grounded a little bit. And I mean, it was a pretty grounding transmission, or at least I hope it was. But all that pumped up dragon energy at the end. Maybe it was a combination of like grounded but also high, right? Grounded but also preparing for flight, as I have been saying over and over and over again, that the month we're moving into in very, very short amount of time is the month of flight. April really is that taking flight. And I actually love that this transmission was about rooting in our faith and trust in not only our dragon path, but also in our spine, in our ability to work with greater networks like the trees and like all of our brothers and sisters, dragons out there in the grid that are humans, that are star seeds, to just ground into those truths that we know, like those truths that we know are ours. They are our inheritance as divine beings, assisting humanity at this time. And therefore, this is going to be a little share actually about a financial aha moment, or a moment in time when abundance was really at the forefront of my heart and soul. Like I was calling in my abundance, and I was patiently awaiting to see how the universe would allow me to vibrate in a different frequency after I did have my first experience with plant medicine in the Amazon, in the, I think it's called the high jungle. It's where the mountains meet the lowlands of the Amazon. And this experience, it was life-changing. It was something that I could have only aligned with because I had already given my heart and soul to my path when I quit my job in 2018, my teaching job in Spain. And I was traveling the world for about a year and a half before making this journey to Peru to really dive into quantum fields of healing, because these master plant teachers of ayahuasca and San Pedro, what they did for me personally by going to them, to the lands where they grow, to the lands where they not only do they mean so much to the people there who have kept up with these practices, these rituals and ceremonies of a community feel, where they're not doing this because they're trying to like surpass anyone. They're actually doing this because it's for the good of all. It's for the good of the community. If one person heals, if one person has a breakthrough, if one person has an aha that then they share with so many other people, the blessings are blessings for all. And that's something that I feel to share, even rippling in my field now, which is stopping the comparisons of our mental spaces, where we're constantly looking at what others have and how blessed they are, or how amazing what they're doing, what they're saying, how they live, how they love, like all the things, to stop comparing our timelines with anybody else's, because not only does it not serve the community to do that, it's really detrimental for your own path's unfolding. It's really, really, it's just like a thorn in your foot or in your heart, actually, to devalue yourself in that way, right? Because your timing is your timing, and it is divine. And somebody else's timeline is their timeline, and it is divine as well. And I will just add to that another layer of insight. What we see isn't always what is true. What we assume isn't always what is true. Remember, a lot of people are still projecting certain things that are not necessarily completely in integrity. We don't know how they got there. We don't know how they have, all the things, all the money, the beloved. We don't know if it is the true, union that we would want for our life. We only see things from a very, very tiny lens, which happens to be this tiny little screen, this is what a lot of us, or this, if it's the computer, this is what so many of us are really damaging, truly, truly damaging our poor little inner child, our magical inner child, and our magical solar, our solar being. So I'm just going to take a breath there. Just breathe through it. We're just damaging the pristine, pure energy that lives within us when we assume that anything else would be better for us. Because nothing is better for us in this moment. What we're living in this moment is what we chose. What we're living in the next moment, what we are dreaming of bringing into our life, is super important. It's important to imagine. It's important to visualize. It's important to speak to what we desire, to what we know we are worthy of, or what we can imagine is already ours in some other timeline. But so just shift the focus back to yourself. It's not, I don't have this and they do. No, it's, I am not exactly where I know I am vibrating at in the future. And anything that I need to do or live or experience to bring that closer to me, I'm willing. I'm here. Let's do this. So shifting the vibration a little bit, really shifting the emphasis, right? Turn the camera lens back to your movie, not somebody else's movie of their life. So that's an important share that I wanted to offer you. And now I'm going to go into the little piece about why Peru really helped me understand about my abundance. And I'm going to use the story of a home as an example. So I will include here a photo of somewhere that I lived in 2019, somewhere that I rented, that I called my home, my space, for a cycle of time that I was actually seeing a lot of lack frequencies coming up in my reality. A lot of things were kind of domino effect happening. As soon as I started worrying about money, I lost the only bank card that I had at the time. I don't have credit cards anymore. I don't have, I'm traveling internationally all the time. I don't have banks in other countries. So I had one bank in the US at that time, and I had one debit card that went with that bank. And I lost it, the physical card. And therefore, that kind of started a chain of events where I even had to evaluate, well, do I have the support system to get through this, to be able to buy groceries, to be able to pay my rent? How am I going to get the money? Because my bank would not send a replacement card to Mexico, where I was living. And I wasn't flying back to California for, I think, over a month's time. So I was worried about, well, what, how do I do this? How do I work this out? And the universe really showed me that I had to face that fear of not feeling supported. So it was very visceral, actually. It was a lot of tears. It was a lot of connecting to my lineage, feeling lack, connecting to my parents, being afraid of spending money because they had many, many, many challenges in my lifetime. Not only my lifetime, I'm talking further back in the family tree, in their parents worrying about money and them being children and feeling lack, and going back and back and back so many generations, as so many of us know this and can feel this viscerally through our bloodlines, through our ancestral connections, right? Our family tree. It all comes back to the trees. So I was facing the lack frequency in a quantum space. So I could feel my lack. I could feel the lack of my parents. I could feel the lack in the land where I was living. I could feel the lack in even the bank systems and the physical, like, you know, it's not money anymore. It's just like plastic that's supposed to represent something that we can attain things with. But even the bank systems that are totally fucked, and the like the greed that is associated with all of this, it was a whole calibration on trust and not relying so much on needing to wow, it's like I don't even have the words. I honestly don't have the words. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna breathe. Because I think you know. I think you feel. So I'm going to let you know that everything worked out. Everything worked out. I moved out of this little space that I was too big for. I found a way to get cash. People helped me. People I had just met helped me. People that I would call friends because there was a connection, but these were not people that I knew for more than a few days or weeks even. A lot of people helped me. Not one person. I'm talking about probably about a half dozen people helped me in this time. So I saw the support was always there. The universe would always find a way, can always find a way to reach us and make us feel safe in ourselves again. And then I'm gonna fast forward and show you where I lived in a year later than this moment of 2019. So it was 2020. We were deep in the pandemic. I was stuck in Peru. This was already about 6 months after my time in the jungle, my time deep, deep communion with plants and with myself and with my healing requests, and creating the space for integration of everything that was received in 3 ceremonies. Within 1 week, 3 ceremonies. And knowing that each of those ceremonies was like, it was like a quantum download that then had to be like a zip file that then you had to look through each folder within this grand, big zip folder. Over the next 6 months, I aligned with an abundance that I could truly, truly just smile about now, because I became the frequency match for having absolutely everything that I could have needed or wanted during the pandemic, while being in Peru, stranded by grand design, cosmic design. And I lived in a giant house that cost $800 a month and had extra bedrooms and extra bathrooms and divine eucalyptus trees and all kinds of other trees and nature surrounding me, mountains literally were my backdrop on my terrace, from my bedroom, from my spare bedroom, which I used as an office when I was writing a little bit, trying to write my grid worker book at the time, starting it, just letting creativity flow through me. It was 3-month cycle, a 3-month cycle that really was about grounding, was about gratitude, was about coming home to myself, to feeling safe in my choices again, to feel safe in the fact that, I am a star seed. I was a star seed then, I am a star seed. I see the world differently. I understand time differently. I desire to just sink deeper and deeper into my truth, into myself, going forward, so that I can be of greatest service to all, to others, to myself, and to the planet, and to God, to all of creation. And that was 4 years ago almost. And I'm just seeing that Peru came back through the oil, through the eucalyptus oil, eucalipto, 100% organic, created, in Peru, in these sacred mountain regions of the Andes. And although this frequency has been with us throughout the entire transmission, I am going to bring a little bit more forth right now. Frequency medicine for you to feel into and receive. Let's start with the heart. Receive it in your heart. Receive the strength and the courage and the trust in the heart space from this tree collective. Sink into your abundance. Sink into the knowing that if you have ever experienced something like me, or if you know that your ancestry has had challenges with money, with finances, the ups and downs of success, and also the challenge that we specifically are faced with now, to stand kind of in opposition, or at least in another way. We stand in another way, in another frequency that is neither right nor wrong. It's just true for us in how we see money, in how we see financial systems, financial structures. We believe in a higher timeline because we've lived it, because we know it, because we're bringing it through now, where there is plenty of support at every and any given moment for us, for our dreams, for our life, for our families, for ourself, for our reality, to live out our dream life, to live out our devotional dragon life. That is what is here for us. That is what is true in my spine, and I know it is true in yours. So we're not only recalibrating our spine, our heart, we're also recalibrating the grid and the family tree. So the grid the location where you are right here and right now. While you are tuning into this, mine happens to be Los Angeles, California, USA. Go ahead and say the place that you are out loud right here, right now. Invoke the grid, because this is where you are bringing these new codes, these new earth codes. And this is where you are anchoring the faith and the trust, the belief, the miracles when it comes to money, when it comes to time also. Like slowing down, just like we did in the activation, slowing down time with our breath. Not rushing to get anywhere, just be here. Be with me, breathe with me. Breathe with the dragon family. And breathe life into your family tree. But dream, but breathe and dream into the family tree, where you are going, not where you've been. So bringing in a little bit of the future, the highest timelines of your future and our future on earth. And letting those codes bleed into the past, bleed into the roots, the branches, the leaves, the blossoms, and the trunk of your family tree, which is vast. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of energies. But you are a big bad dragon. Big bad dragon mama and papa. So open your wings on this one. Breathe the eucalyptus. Breathe the frequency medicine. Breathe the frequency medicine. Eucalipto, 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 to. And now I'm just going to ask you to accept your inheritance. Sounds so simple. Sounds so simple. Accept your inheritance, your divine inheritance from the trees, from the Amazon, from the Andes, and from the grid where you are located, from the trees in your vicinity, in your neighborhood, in your house, surrounding you, under you, the root systems under you, of trees you don't even know about that are supporting you. And breathe, breathe, breathe into this knowing. You are always supported. I am always supported. We are always supported. Say these words with me. You are always supported. I am always supported. And we are always supported. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Feeling the serpent a little bit, so I'm actually going to close here and invite you to play this serpent playlist, which I'm going to put in the description. And if it feels good, just move a little bit more. Move a little bit more with this energy. This is powerful, powerful energy. We are in the dragon tresena, which means a 13-day cycle. It is the dragon cycle or serpent cycle in Mayan time. And we are in the eclipse portal, which is another dragon time. It only happens twice a year. Move with the serpent. Move with your serpents. Move the energy down into the earth. Ground it. Ground it as if you were merging, like you're merging with the earth. You're becoming the soil. You're becoming the root system underneath the tree. And really use the playlist to move the energy, but have your eyes closed so that you can visualize. Like get your shaman hat on. I'm wearing one of my shaman hats for sure. Get your shaman hat on and visualize exactly what you want to do, or allow the visions to come into your third eye. So we're actually asking the eucalyptus to really, really move through our third eye, in this continuation of the frequencies, so that we can visualize how we are activating our grid, how we are lighting up and blessing our family tree, right? See the serpents, see the roots, see the connectivity, see the alliance. And then do let me know how this all landed and resonated with you. I love you so much. I will see you very soon. There will be solar eclipse, oracle, and transmission and activation, probably like this form in 2 videos very soon. So lots of love to you. Truly, truly, truly potent time to be alive.